Welcome to RPGfigures YouTube channel. We sincerely invite you to this episode. Harry versus the Serpent, confronting ancient evil, retelling of old myths in Harry Potter. Myths and legends have always shaped fantasy literature, and J.K. Rowling skillfully draws from those traditions in crafting her magic realm. Harry Potter is filled with references to classical myths and archetypes. But one of the most fascinating examples is Harry's battle with Basilisk. Is this confrontation just an action-packed scene, or is it a reinterpretation of ancient myths about heroes defeating dragons or serpents as embodiments of evil? Or is it a symbol of entering the subconscious and facing one's inner darkness? Harry doesn't fight the beast in a remote wilderness or in a cavern. The battle takes place within the heart of a school, in a hidden chamber, accessible only to those who speak person tongue. It's no coincidence that Harry understands the language of serpents. He carries a fragment of Voldemort's soul, making him someone touched by darkness. Just like in real life, understanding evil is often the first step in fighting it. Alexander Solzhenitsyn in Gulag Archipelago famously stated that the line between good and evil runs through every human heart. Both Solzhenitsyn and Rowling highlighted that evil is not merely external, it exists within us. Cain and Abel reside in every person. The battle between white and black wolf for one's soul is won by the one we chose to feed. Where is the boundary between light and darkness? This most appears in many mythologies. Marduk battles Tiamat, the divine being of chaos, whose body gives the rise to the new world order. The Vedic god Indra fights Vitra, a giant serpent that withholds water, causing drought. In Jewish tradition, Leviathan symbolizes ultimate chaos, whose defeat will usher in a new era of balance. Serpents often represent something primordial and powerful, both threatening and wise, as seen in the biblical story of humanity's fall. In Gnostic tradition, the serpent in Eden is sometimes interpreted as the one who frees people from the mirage, while in Christianity it is associated with Satan or even Christ. Harry doesn't merely slay a monster, he destroys its destructive power. But is this also an internal struggle, given that he himself is partially person tongue? Is this a moment of severance from the dark part of his nature? A theme that will resurface in the later confrontation with Voldemort. No mythological hero fights with bare hands. They receive a weapon imbued with meaning. Harry wields the sword of Gryffindor, which only strengthens those who prove themselves worthy in the moment of true need. This parallels the divine gift of a sacred weapon, a recurring theme in mythology. Excalibur, the legendary sword in the stone, grants power only to the true king, Arthur. In Norse myths, enchanted weapons can only be wielded by those destined to carry them. Likewise, Harry retrieves Gryffindor's sword because he is worthy, because he chose to save an innocent life and act selflessly. The act of slaying serpent has long symbolized triumph over chaos, primordial evil and destruction. In Greek mythology, Apollo slays Python to establish order and sanctify Delphi. In medieval legends, Saint George kills the dragon to save an innocent from a destructive wrath. In many ancient cultures, serpents act as guardians. Defeating them often grants access to hidden knowledge or power. Harry's victory over the basilisk is just one step in a longer journey. Does it foreshadow a later encounter, his battle with Voldemort, his ultimate self-sacrifice, his journey through death and return? Mythological heroes rarely defeat a single enemy. Their journey is an ongoing process of transformation. Is Harry already prepared for his final confrontation? Or is this merely a prelude to his true transformation? Harry's battle with the basilisk is more than just a hero versus monster scenario. It echoes countless myths across history, always symbolizing a test of strength, morality, and the struggle against one's own darkness. Rowling doesn't just borrow from the tradition, she reshapes them, giving them a modern form. The serpent is not just a beast, it is a test, a rite of passage, a confrontation with one's inner self. In the next episode, we'll explore the hero's journey, how Joseph Campbell monomyth applies to the adventures of Harry, Bilbo, and the heroes of Narnia. Why do stories about venturing into the unknown captivate us so much? We'll discuss this in the next episode. If you're enjoying this journey, don't forget to hit the sub button and ring the bell. It keeps us going and brings you more stories filled with wonder and imagination. If you love fantasy, I invite you to explore our studio store at rpgfigures.com. We create unique, custom-designed miniatures for fantasy, D&D, and sci-fi fans. Every design is crafted with passion and made exclusively by us. And here's something special for our fellow dreamers. Use the code MAGICSTORIES for 20% off your order. Let's play.
Everybody is frozen a little bit, and you hear laughing. That was a nice try. And you all feel the pain